유창혁 구단은 한안전이죠. 안조영 구단과 본선 진출을 놓고
네.
다투고 있습니다. 확실히 최근에 보면 시니어 바둑계는 한국이 최강인 것 같아요. 물론 이 백산수배에서는 중국이 우승을 차지하긴 했지만
네.
그래서 보면 중국이나 일본에 비해서 한국의 시니어 대회가 압도적으로 많고 환경이 조성이 되어 있어서 그런지 이 통합 예선에서 보면 한국의 시니어 선수들이 활약하는 경우가 많습니다.
네. 현재 2개 조의 시니어조 예선 결승에 3명의 한국 선수가 올라 있고요.
지금 이수에 대해서 위밍 선수가 막상 대응책을 잘 못 찾고 있네요. 계속 고개를 절레절레 흔드는 모습인데 시간을 많이 사용하고 있고요.
아직도 착수를 하지 못한 건가요?
네, 그렇습니다. 지금 인공지능이 보는 최선은 여기를 째거나 거기를 째서 여기를 둘 때 이렇게 올라서거나 아니면 이렇게 날일자로 그냥 중앙으로 빠져나가는 걸 추천하고 있습니다. 흙의 형태가 위쪽이 조금 불안하긴 하지만 막상 여기를 이렇게 끊었을 때 단수치고 이쪽으로 이렇게 틀어 막아서 둔다면 여길 끊으면 여길 나가서 백도 계속 뭔가 수를 내기가 쉽진 않습니다. 단수치면 여길 두고 단수치면 나가서 결국은 도리어 백돌이 다 잡히게 돼요. 그래서 좀 강하게 둔다면 이렇게 두는 수. 근데 이건 이제 모양이 좀 안 좋아서 선택하기가 쉽진 않고요.
네.
이 날일자는 앞서 말씀드린 대로 좀 일반적으로는 맥 빠진 행마입니다. 그래서 저 붙이는 수가 인공지능이 말한 최선은 분명 아니지만 인간의 관점으로 보면 그 후보 3군데 중에 한 곳이었던 이유가 바로 거기에 있습니다. 앞서 저희가 살펴봤던 변화 중에 하나가 여길 젖히면 늘고 이렇게 두 칸 벌리는 게 있었는데요. 확실히 그런 식으로 두는 게 우이밍 선수의 의도일 것 같아요. 여기서 이렇게 벌리거나
네.
혹은 빨리 중앙으로 빠져나오려면 이렇게 밀어가거나 그런 선택을 하게 됩니다. 그래서 지금은 인공지능은 여기를 끼우는 수를 추천하고 있습니다.
끼웠을 때 흙도 대비책이 있어야 하는데요.
네, 끼웠을 때 우이밍 선수는 아마 이 뒤쪽으로 단수치고 있거나 좀 생각하기 어려운 발상이긴 한데 인공지능은 여기를 끊어서 이렇게 느는 수를 이 바꿔치기를 좀 더 유력하다고 이야기하고 있고요. 상당히 긴 시간을 투입한 끝에 우이밍 선수가 붙이는 행마를 선택했습니다. 이번 통합 예선에서 지금까지의 결과를 놓고 보면 여자조에서 성적이 가장 안 좋았고요.
네.
시니어조에서 성적이 가장 좋았고 일반조에서는 저는 그래도 꽤 잘하고 있다 이렇게 느껴집니다.
네.
일반조에 40명의 선수가 참가했는데 지금 12명이 예선 결승에 올랐거든요. 세 판의 대국을 치른 걸 생각해 보면 꽤 괜찮은 성적인 것 같습니다.
아무래도 이 중국에서 벌어지는 통합 예선이기 때문에 한국에서 진행이 될 때와는 또 차이점이 있거든요.
네.
많은 선수가 참가하기도 힘들고요.
지금 실제로 일반조 같은 경우에 한국은 40명이 참가했는데 중국은 220명이 참가를 했습니다.
네.
여자조도 한국은 13명, 중국은 60명이었고요.
수적으로 볼 때 위밍 선수 재밌네요. 뭔가 간식을 준비해 온 것 같은데 굉장히 조심조심 꺼내고 있습니다.
네, 상대가 좀
네.
소리에 민감할 수 있기 때문에 상대를 배려하는 그런 행동으로 조심스럽게 꺼내는 그런 느낌이었는데요.
네. 저렇게 꺼내는 게 더 신경 쓰일 것 같은데요. 자, 이번 통합 예선 58명의 한국 선수가 중국으로 건너갔고 현재 이제 17명이 생존을 해 있는 셈이니까 괜찮은 것 같아요.
네. 그리고 지금 뭐 아직은 대국이 시작한 지 1시간밖에 되지 않아서 뭐 때이르긴 합니다만 2006년생 어린 신예 기사인 김승구 선수가 양징신 선수를 상대로 90%의 승률을 기록하고 있습니다.
와, 네.
지금 49수째까지 진행돼서 아직 포석 단계이긴 한데요.
네.
초반에 굉장히 잘 풀어냈고요. 그리고 한국 기사 중에 지금 승률이 가장 높은 선수는 강동윤 선수입니다.
네.
중국의 타오신란 선수와 83수까지 진행이 되는데 강동윤 선수의 승률이 97%입니다.
양딩신 선수가 이번 통합 예선에 참가한 선수 중에 가장 좀 까다로운 선수라고 봐도 과언이 아닌데요.
네. 최근에 그 중국 바둑계에서 뭐랄까요, 그 한국 기사들이 가장 좀 두려워하는 그런 어떤 랭킹을 만약 매겨 본다면 기사들마다 조금씩 다르긴 하겠지만 일단 왕싱하오 선수가 첫 손에 꼽히는 건 누구나 비슷하게 볼 것 같고요.
네.
그 외에 딩하오 선수, 당이페이 선수, 리시아나오 선수 이런 선수 등 최근에 보면 좀 기세 좋을 때 투샤오이 선수 이런 선수 정도가 꼽힐 것 같습니다.
네.
현재 중국에서 시드를 받은 선수가 왕싱하오, 딩하오, 당이페이, 투샤오이 모두 시드예요. 리시아나오 선수도 마찬가지고요.
네.
그럼 예선에 참가한 중국 선수 중에는 확실히 양딩신 선수가 한국 기사들이 가장 두려워할 만한 그런 선수인데 이 어린 신예 기사인 김승구 선수가 굉장히 잘 싸우고 있습니다. 다 역시 끼우는 수 정확하게 집어갔고요. 여기서 이제 위로 끊는 수냐 아래로 단수 치는 수냐 과연 어떤 선택을 했을지 이쪽을 선택했다면 유력한 진행이 잇고 끊는 진행입니다. 이쪽을 이으면 이쪽을 끊으니까 이제 흑도 그래도 위로 이어서 이렇게 한 점을 포기하는 게 예상이 되고요. 자, 일단 바깥쪽을 단수 쳤고요.
여기서
네.
위쪽으로 이어두었고요.
역시 이
네.
진행입니다. 흑이 한 점을 버린다면
네.
여기서 이 한 점을 버릴 수는 없어서 나가야 되는데 역시 싸움 자체가 좀 고전이거든요. 그래서 이 한 점을 가볍게 포기하고 아래쪽으로 넘어가는 이 진행이 예상이 됐었습니다. 흑이 방금 전에 당장 여기를 막는 건 이렇게 막아도 끊어서 안 되기 때문에 이쪽 어딘가를 두고 받을 때 다시 한번 두는 수를 생각해 보면 흑이 두 번을 뒀을 때는 이 두 번이 꽤 자세가 괜찮습니다.
네.
어떻게 보면 좀 사소한 형태이지만 또 한편으로는 그런 게 쌓이고 쌓여서 형세를 결정짓기 때문에 김은지 선수가 지금 여기서 고민하는 건 이쪽을 잡는 게 모양이 나은지 이쪽을 잡는 게 나은지 그런 걸 좀 고민을 합니다.
어떤 관계가 있는 거예요?
흑이 여기를 밀어왔을 때는 이쪽이 좀 나을 것 같고요.
네.
그리고 이 부근에 수를 내려갈 때도 약간이나마 이쪽이 나을 것 같은데 백돌의 안정성 면에서는 여기가 좀 더 나을 것 같기도 하고요. 그 다음에 여기가 이제 선수가 되는 것과 선수가 안 되는 아래쪽 단수를 비교해 보면 뭐 이쪽 부분에 약간의 그 찝는 걸 나중에 노릴 때 이 약점을 노릴 때는 여기가 좀 낫고 그러니까 일장일단이 있어 보입니다. 인공지능은 이선의 단수를 추천하는데요. 이수와 이수가 1%도 차이가 나지 않아요. 그럼 기풍이라고 볼 수 있습니다.
네.
흑이 여기를 밀어서 백이 받는 자세라고 보면 여기로 있는 것보다 여기로 있는 게 낫다고 보는 것 같아요. 이게 나가면 이렇게 돼서 나중에 상황에 따라서는 이거 붙일 때 이렇게 살아야 되는 형태가 나올 수도 있어서 여기로 잡고 막는 자세보다는 이 자세가 나중에 약간 괴로운 형태가 나올 수 있습니다.
자, 어느 쪽으로 잡아둘 것인지 고민을 하고 있는데요. 국면은 계속해서 굉장히 팽팽합니다.
네. 위밍
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Okay. So this time, I took a nap. I wish I had slept until 2, but, that's fine. That's not a big deal. But I have coffee, I have snacks, and I have energy flavored water packets. So I am ready. I'm ready to do some learning today. Or call pros out on their terrible endgame. Before I do continue, I wonder if I can find it. I don't think they'll have it up still, but yesterday something really weird happened. They don't have it. Eunji, no, she doesn't have it. We'll go to her profile then. Oh, you can't see it. Because it's something completely different. Huh. Okay. We will... I'll do... Fox Game Record. Let's edit this live. I'm sorry, YouTube watchers, or VOD watchers in general. Alright, so this is not the players here. What this is Eunji versus Eunji last night. And essentially, it lofts off saying that Eunji should win this game. What actually happened was White played some very slow moves and allowed Black to capture the right side. She also, so one of them was this move right here. I caught this moments before, and then like because of this move, I actually didn't go to bed until much later. And then Eunji got the very large move on the right side, and she definitely ignored. But she answered this one, which is still like technically really small. There's other moves she probably should have played first. And then Eunji played this really nice Tsuji, as Eric would describe it. But in the end, it really wasn't the this was still not like super big. It was definitely much bigger to play something like 011 or play something here to fix the weakness that appears when you have Black attach at F16. And Black has to attach and then play here. And essentially what this is you're forced to do this, and Black can play through here. And if you play this one, you don't get to disconnect Black. They can connect either way, right? I think maybe that's fine. Maybe 10 is a little too slow right now. There's definitely an order to this. This is fine. If you play this, I think what I was thinking of was this. Like now, if you got, they're fully connected, and if you played here, we'll just connect this one. But what happened in the game is we play a few end game. So she got the reduction that probably she really shouldn't have tried playing this. Like, if she had cut these stones off, she would have been able to come back and like reduce it anyways. So like she really messed up giving Black the 6 trip point on the bottom. I can show that as well. But here, play like this, and then Eunji played this one. Some of you might be thinking, well, doesn't she get to play an extra move here? So, like, for example, this would destroy all this territory. Well, we don't really care because we're connected. But also, like, this is just huge. Black can't really cut this shape after this. And you can't really connect out either. So, like, you lose all these stones. So what'll probably happen is Black gets this. This is definitely better shape. This would kill everything. So like this, Black plays here, and then we can threaten to capture these stones. And I think, like this, like locally, I don't think Black is alive? Question mark. There is some real issues though, like, well, I guess this isn't really a real issue. Black is definitely not fully alive here. Probably something like this, and then the quick estimate says white +4. No points here. There's also white could just not play play that one, and then just play something like this and get a similar result. Well, it's saying white +8, but I don't know how much I believe that. Better technique is empty triangle. Capture more if they carelessly play something silly like 2. I guess you could always play this one first, but you would allow Black to come back and connect, so we just play this one and answer. Yeah. I think this is okay. Anyways, I digress. What just happened? I need to make sure it matches the same exact title when I do that. Oof. Okay, that's fine. So you have Kim and Ji playing the next player, which I don't know the name. Wu YiMing? YiMing? I don't know the character. I should learn more Chinese. Especially if I want to communicate with the Chinese Go players. We have a few other games that that look pretty interesting as well. So I have Taiwanese versus the Chinese Pro. We have I actually don't know his name. Let's ask the phone gods. The phone shall tell me. Zhao Chenyu is what I'm getting. Zhao Chenyu versus a Korean professional, or a Korean amateur. Was this the guy who won yesterday? Or like a few days ago? I think those games are gone. But that's okay. We have Shin Minjun versus Fang Tingyu. I believe this is Wong. Let me double check. his name is Wang Yuanjun versus. You'd think I would know more title holders, but I don't. Fan Yin. I have no idea. I don't think I've seen Fan Yin around, but I have no idea who this person is. So that's, that's kind of funny and interesting. Oh, right. The female professional that's playing. Her name is Snow Baby. That's an interesting username. Wu YiMing. Yeah, okay. So I was right about the her given name, but her family name eluded me. Wu. Don't they have W's in Korean? Why did they just use oo? Woo, oo. Okay. Odd choice. Maybe it mistyped. So shall we go over the start of the game? I think it already has some interesting moves that I haven't really considered. Alright, I remember I have to use the game analysis window. There we go. Fox analysis is enabled. I can already tell you that I like this Wu YiMing person. Plays non-standard stuff. Normally you play here, right? And the idea is that if you get something here, you'll play this one, or if you play here, they get to invade the top side or jump in immediately. But if you play here first, you do get the first opportunity to attack. And it works well with the extension, or the corner enclosure, I should say. And if, for whatever reason, say both players play, or the white player plays passive, right? You kind of get in this position where you can get a double wing, which is really nice. She's playing high. I haven't seen that before. So this is new. Okay, yeah, so now we play the double wing. This wing just happens to be super far. I think the idea is that white probably wouldn't play this. I think she played this right here. This is a very powerful formation. One is a little bit too far from the corner. It does allow white to still invade. So this would be perfect. This has Aji. But the idea that the opponent would just allow you to have both of these, probably not much. So like we do a full extension, approach the corner, and then she plays a far extension. It's also this move in particular takes away the extension from this group, although we don't have our own. We don't really have our own position here. So normally you would peep and then play this one. And for those who don't know, the usual position is something like this. But nowadays I think it's more popular among the top 10 professionals to play this particular move. I have the hiccups. Oh boy. So this one has a few options, like this, for example. White can just take the influence that they can get and play here. And in some cases, I have seen where a player would get this and they would ignore this. Or I think it was like this. But this is not usual. This is probably bad. So normally we just connect. Black has a few responses they can play. Normally it's this one or this one. This one has some issues. Especially since we've made the exchange of 1 and 2. But this is more normal in my opinion. In game, they didn't exchange that. Black took the extension on the right side. And then black forced this position. So one thing I wanted to look at was... is this too good for... I'm not sure how I would evaluate this. Maybe it's an okay way of playing. Or if we wanted to play a little bit more influential, like this. Because Kim and G plays this one, which they get the outside, they swallow the stone, but if you Tanuki this, black has it's a Sente, but it's not like super good. In some senses, like this would allow black to play higher on the line, but the left side would be uninteresting if like white plays something like this. Sorry, the bottom side, not left. We pincer on the top. We counter pincer. Interesting, we didn't kick first. Huh. I guess black just has a really nice way to come out if we can kick. Although black can come out regardless of that, so like black could come out and fight like this. I don't know if it's actually any good, but like if we get kicked later, then now we can play here and potentially give up 2 stones, or right? I guess white would extend, stop black from making wonderful shape. Instead, black opts to play something very interesting. That is a move. That is a nice move. It's probably not good. Might place a honey on the outside. The sequence makes sense. Yeah, and this is just a good exchange. There is there's a Josuke like this, where if you get this position, you go down, and then play something like this. You need to play the Hane and then like this. And you can Tanuki this, you can turn, attach, clamp. Obviously, I think this one's like the best move, but you get this in this particular position, you get the Hane exchange. Where later, if you just play like this, they can play the Hane here without worry, because there's nothing to capture the threat and they capture the 3 stones. So you give them good in game at the cost of just playing here. And if you play here, you didn't really get much. You only got end game for like a Tanuki stone. So in the game, when white gives up the corner here, she's playing. They're both playing proper. Little tidbit that I learned from Eric Yoder. So, and then, like, after this, I believe it said, like, the game was even. Maybe, slightly worse. By worse, I mean, like, half a point worse. And I can always check a fine art or something, but this position feels really cramped for white. Black got white's corner, and black has, like, a really large side. Now it's just, like, this very open space on the left side. So the follow-up is almost obvious, but, like, where do you actually play? And I think I would just do a standard approach. I'm not sure how I would feel about, it's entirely possible that white just plays like this and then black is, you know, forever trying to reduce this area. If I ask fine art about this particular position, it'd be black -3. So maybe I've made a small error here. Or it just might be that good for white. Oh, it's white plus 1.5. Yeah, so okay. Going into the corner would be bad here. I imagine something like this, and then we just play here. But this move is really interesting, and Eunji's response is interesting. I guess the idea is that if here we're forcing white to commit to the outside, right? I wonder if we push one more time. I'm gonna whoops. What does fine art say about this? It's really hard to gauge the Joseki here. Oh, it turns into it would. That's really odd. Push and then come back. It basically turns into like some sort of Levin's my move, but almost turns into a 3-3 Joseki, where we play this very inefficient move at b15. So I don't think fine art particularly likes this for black. But I feel like black successfully did what they wanted. They broke up the left side, which was probably the main concern. That's why they played this way, right? At least this is what I think they would play this way for. You play here, and then white probably plays something incredibly interesting. I don't know what white would play in this position, but you're basically giving white this wall and a free move on the outside. However, if the position is like this, and white actually answers the 7 extension, playing here means that they lose Aji, but if we Tanuki, there is this nice Tsuji that black does live, but it's cramped, right? If we play here and try to murder, there's life here. So if white plays this one, black will 100% play here. So the idea is that black would definitely have to play this one, and then white will Tanuki probably here. And it's just a large Moyo versus black's, 3-corner territory. So the question is, how much center can white actually get? And I think black wouldn't be uninterested in just reducing on the outside, especially since moves like this exist. Or we could do something here and break into the center. If they play this way, we can 100% give up a stone to force this, but white is going to get very thick. And this is a, how do I say, this is like a classic sequence that you would find in some Josekis, particularly the pinwheel with the too high, is it too high? Yeah, too high space pincer. I would like to do this, but I am absolutely unsure that black can live here. I feel like this group would be forever running, or worse. So you play here, right? You give white this wall. You took away the territory on the bottom, but you didn't really get much. Right? So enough hypotheticals. White jumps in, black attacks. I think you can play here, but you're giving white the A-OK to fight you here. Yeah, I think this one's fine. But you leave the cut on the outside. So instead of giving white a free corner and Sente, we just attack the one stone, even if the stone is able to come out. Okay, fairly normal. This wedge is a really good technique. So if you play the Atari on the outside and say, "Aha, I've captured your stone," well, there's issues with the way that this is being played. You're giving white territory on the left side. You also didn't fully capture the Q6 stone. Maybe you did. For example, like this. White can try to connect up. You also leave Eunji in the corner. But if you answer, you give white all of the space on the inside. You can probably play here. Inside. You give white all the space on the outside. You're like completely sealed into this large corner, but now you have to break into the center while being cognitive of your group on the left side. It's entirely possible that after this, white just attacks now. Because the center is already big. In terms of like direction, black would have to actually jump in, and there's not really a good way of running back. So like, when white plays here, you play this one, and white happily tries to disconnect you, and your floating group is under attack the entire time. So the idea here is we make a cutting point here, while allowing us to play. Sorry, we force black to have like 2 cutting points. This again, white's happy to attack the one stone, so black just opts to connect. This is forcing. If you block, black just takes the one stone. Now your 2 stones are hurt. So you just take and allow the opponent to connect under. Later, it does mean you do get this, but it depends on how much worth these stones are. So it's very unlikely that white cuts anytime soon. There was an exchange, and then this one. Okay. This is probably more or less a probe. I think it's just looking at what is available. So like this, white's probably looking to do this type of thing, where now you technically lose the corner, and you also allow white to squeeze you even further. So big dumpling loses corner, white's fully alive, not good, right? So force this, and then later do you still have moves that you can play to attach. And you can do stuff like this. It's kind of just like pick your poison as black. So very, very good timing on Kim and G's part, in my opinion. Black connects under, white attacks. I'm curious to see how Wu YiMing will play this. Wu YiMing, sorry. I'm going to take a quick break. I don't know how long I'll be on, but I need to take a quick break. Alrighty, test. It's only one move has been played. That's fine. Nothing wrong. I was curious how White was going to play. If you just played here, I think White is happy to kind of get a free peep. And I'm unsure if this is going to be okay. This is probably not okay for White. But maybe it is. I don't have any like particular dislike this for White. Because like White just needs one more move to make this work, yeah. But for that exact same reason, we probably don't want to give Black too much strength. So maybe just extend out and then here. We can play this way without giving up our own stone, yeah. Even here, maybe just connect. Maybe we wedge here. This feels right. Tough to say. But I'm assuming Black played this because they didn't want to give any sort of like peep to White. But it does make me interested in how Black handles this. So here, whoops. This clearly doesn't work. It's cut. Don't do this. But then this one was also cut, right? So you'd play here. And then White gets like a good sequence going. If the opponent just backs off, then like the extension is really nice. And here we can threaten to capture the stones. But I feel like if you're gonna play something, maybe just this. And then pincer the corner. Right? So in the game, White extended. Black is going to extend. Then I think White's going to get like a really nice move on the bottom. It's entirely possible that Black doesn't even play there and they just approach. This would be a more aggressive thing to do. Especially, I mean, if you're losing, we probably don't want to give this Atari, right? But if we're losing, if we just play like this and allow the opponent to accrue more points, that'll be very difficult to decide which one to play. So we can actually just count to decide this, right? If we assume that there is Eunji here and we don't get the full corner, meaning that White can play something like M3 and do a reduction. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This corner is 16 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 16, 24. This corner is 16, so 40 points for Black. And if we assume this group won't die, we can estimate 4 points for this group, or at least 2. So about 44 points for Black, right? White now has 20. Yeah, sorry, I probably miscounted that. This group has 24. So I counted 2 here. 1, 2, 4. 4 points. I'll give this group another 4 points. So 8, 24, 32. 5, 1, 2, 3. I'm not really comfortable counting this. I think 8 or 10 points here. Let's just say 10, right? So we were at 8 plus 24, 32, 42 plus Comey, which is 7.5. So 49. But it is Black's move. I guess we can actually, like, if we count it this way, it might be a lot easier, right? So if Black has 40 points between all these ones, then we can actually count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 8 points here, 48. And there's 32. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 14 points here. Plus Comey, 21. So 51 to 48. So Black is behind by like 3 points. So they may want to start attacking. I'm gonna have to get better at like quick counting, because I guess that's why I'm doing these, right? Good practice for counting. So counting is something that you should definitely do to make decisions. I think Black probably needs to be a little bit more aggressive in points. It looks like we do have a move though. Black has decided that the biggest area on the board to attack would be the top left. So I imagine the idea here would be we force this and we remove some of the Aji here. So we gain points and White loses points. Now, if we add the fact that Black can gain these ones, then we 100% can stop White from gaining more points in the center. And we're comfortable with allowing White to play here, especially since there's still Aji, right? Like, we can 100% reduce this. It's 100% possible to reduce this, right? So now, it's like, how does White actually want to handle this? And I think this is enough for... I guess White would play here. Maybe Black defends still, and then whatever one White plays, Black plays the other, but now I'm like super comfortable for White. The center becomes really big. White gained more points here. Not sure I'm comfortable with giving. Maybe we play this way. And then we come back and fix our shape. Feinert says that this move is bad. And the reason Feinert says this is bad is because White can activate the Aji now. Even if you go through this, you lose the corner points. Also, in this particular case, when White plays here, but if you fix and allow this, there is a double honey. Maybe we play this one to emphasize the point. Let's say Black extends, right? Well, now later, there is a double honey. But because of the Atari, it's a little bit more difficult. I think the stone bites the corner, the double honey in the corner. So that doesn't really work. Very exciting move, though. I don't think it's probably just bad because it doesn't get rid of the Aji. But if White plays like this, we could always ask, what happens after this? Yeah, so after this, when Black fixes here, it's good for Black. So white just can't answer. If white answers, it's good for black. If white tanukis and attacks the top right, activating the Eunji, then it's good for white. You should always look at the AI points and percentages and in terms of relativity. She does activate it. Very strong. I didn't even consider it until like after I played it, so there's that. This... Okay, so... Here's my thoughts. Black is trying to force a situation here. I'm not sure how I like it. So like one possibility is playing this way. And black could probably gain something here. I'm not entirely sure because like this is just going to be good for white. So maybe we get into this situation and locally white's still not alive here yet. If white's not alive, we should probably play the turn instead of 13. Because once we play this way, we force this. Of course, white's going to play this one first. But then it's 4-3, right? And even if you don't play that one first, we don't even have this one. So it's 4. White plays first, so this isn't very good. But if we just extend an answer, then white gets here. Maybe that's not good for white. Black can also just play this one directly. Is this good enough? Maybe white tries to break out, but then here. If it's like this, this becomes a ko. If she lives in a ko, I don't think that would be very good. If we turn, I guess we would play here. But then black dies. So you just turn this one. And then we can come back here. So white would actually just play the Atari, connect, empty triangle. Maybe not. Oh, this is tough to read. I want this just to work. Yeah, I don't see why this wouldn't be a bad thing. This might be too good for black. You have to live small, and then black plays here. Not to mention, something like this. Black can play there first, so maybe white plays this, and then here. Black plays this one. Black does have to worry about being cut. I can't play stones right now. But my initial idea is we just give up the stones. We get Sente, and then we can come back to here. That does leave this. But if white gets the corner for probably not free, but black would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the corner is now 12 points. And white gained 6 points here. Sorry, 3 points. What am I thinking? Oh my god. White gained 3, but black lost. Black lost essentially 5 points in the whole exchange, which is what AI initially said that was wrong with this move. So white was already, down by a few points already. It's also entirely possible that, white just launches an attack on this group because this is relatively small now. The center is a little bit bigger. This group becomes under attack. That means like there's free profit in the center, and there's potential to take the 3 stones at large. So no more moves have been played. She jumps. Oh, jumping, huh? Am I... Does this... This clearly dies. So we play here. If you Hane first, white lives. Do a lot of players use an inhaler? What would that have to do with anything? This tournament, in particular, seems to be the Lanka Cup. Lanka Bay Shuje Gangkai B Gangkai Sai Guo something 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 Kwai Sheng. It's the Lanka Cup. Maybe they have asthma. Maybe they have asthma. Did you think about that? How rude to not think about their disability. Asthma's tough, dude. Just thinking about not being able to breathe sucks. The thing that they're smelling? I don't know if they're smelling anything. They just have their hand covering their mouth. It's a large assumption. Did something happen? Oh. No idea. It could be anything. I wasn't really paying attention. It could be, something akin to, like, bracelets. Yeah, I think White's gonna get away with this. And then here, connect. Throw in, like, dies that way? What? I can't tell you, I don't know. So, like, if this type of thing doesn't work, then we need to push. And then Hane. This is, like, the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, like, you lose this Liberty race every single time. If we play here... Black wins that. So, yeah, you can't approach from the outside. You have to go from the inside. Yeah, I mean, black wins it, but, like, if you only approach from the outside, you don't have enough liberties. So you have to take the inside liberty. But you're forced to come back and capture all that stuff. You also give this move. Yes, I am aware. I am very aware. First line Hane is a great technique. People should try it more. You shouldn't do this either, though. Maybe this one. If you try to squeeze for, like, that, you know, maximum efficiency, you lose by 1. So we have the Hane and then Hane. What have you been up to, Daniel? Are you been watching pro games? Let me open some other games. So the pro amateur, then we have the so we have Shinmunjun, I think is the name. Shinmunjun. Fairly normal opening. It gets a little funky. Black plays this, white approaches, and then black plays this really weird looking move. White plays a vital point, and then black plays the shoulder hit. It's like this. Your shoulder hit first. They pushed up and jump, and then they played this move, but the order of moves allowed white to push first, forcing black to make this shape, and then they jump out. So this is interesting. I guess there's also Eunji, just like maybe he didn't want to allow white to get any stronger on the left, so he played this move first to attack a move that plays to break. Give up the 2 stones to attack these 2. Fantastic work. That's a move you don't see very often. You're essentially saying you're going to capture a lot of territory on the right. Black is fully immersed on the right side. Interesting he played that one instead of this move. I feel like this one would be a little bit bigger than this one. Attaching is always fun. Preparing co-threats. Force black to connect up. Took a large position, now black is just forcing white to live. And then black will play for the right side. So now it's just like black is essentially asking white to invade. And the game hinges on whether or not white can reduce enough territory, but also if black can gain enough territory by attacking. And this is the current game. They seem to have played out the situation. But white getting this move first really hurts. I think black should have bet on playing stuff like this or playing here. The attachment was a good idea, but I'm now regretting it. We have it was John. Oh, I forgot how to say his name. That's okay. It's the pro versus amateur in the Lunky Cup, which is really nice. I don't know why, but fine art starts with like white plus 1.5. And then like the first couple moves, it moves up to like white plus 2.5. It's really weird. I guess there's small inaccuracies with this. This is Joseki. And then he came back to defend. Makes sense. I don't see anything wrong with this. I will say I wouldn't like the kick though. The kick is not super good in my opinion. Oh right, I forgot to do that thing. Give me 1 second. I guess since I'm actively looking at chat, I can be bothered to delete messages that aren't. No one cares about Tokyo Drift. How do I channel moderation? So what I'm looking for. Block messages, permitted terms. I guess I could just ask that, I guess I can do this. First time chatters, the channel must be verified by email, and then they must hold their account. I think this is fine. Okay. I'm the only viewer. Doesn't really say you are. That's fine. Black kicked. I really don't recommend the kicking. It just leads to awkward situations. I would have just backed off. So you get the situation where white got to double approach. There's no really worry about the top side. And then we play this large move. White's being really aggressive here, which is nice. So where does this go wrong? I think it goes wrong here. Black needed to come out in some fashion. Or just protect the corner, right? Like, if you protect the corner and then white the approaches, you can pincer now. So, maybe pincering is also an option, but descending felt really bad. He even fixed there too and then got cut. So, white's not unhappy about the situation. Black also has, like, a lot of bad endgame in the corner. And so he fixes it. Nice. This is all, like, local techniques. I mean, if white has to fix the cut anyways, white will probably just play here, right? Makes sense. That's really cool. The clamp here. It's more or less white still leading, right? But I'm not sure I agree with the way black played this. So black took away a lot of the points, but the issue is that this wall, this group that black has in the center, isn't doing anything. Hey Abdallah, how's it going? So I feel like white is very happy that there's just a giant weak group in the center. So white doesn't need to focus on attacking the group, white can just focus on making points. And this group naturally needs to start protecting itself. I'm doing good. A little congested, as always. So black jumps out. This group's already alive, so there's no pressure on it. White can focus on attacking the one stone. Now white is launching a giant attack on this group. So white gains strength. And then attack this group. What's going to happen when black answers, white will potentially extend, capture the one stone, and then come back to attacking this group. So they'll continue attacking this one, and then come back to attack this one. Black defended, so never mind. White now can get 2 free stones. Black defended eventually. This is very good handling by white. Props to the pro. We're caught up. Black knows that He's not winning in this situation. Fighter says white's winning by like 10 plus, but are they really? I guess black doesn't really have any territory besides the top right and the bottom left. So if we just count black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 points on the bottom right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 points in the top right. So 36 in total. And then the top left, we can assume there's 6 points. So 42, 44, 48 points I count for black. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. White has 38 plus Comey, but I'm counting black having more. Interesting. Why does AI say that white is winning by 10 plus? It is because of the ko. It wants white to start the ko in the top right, top left. Yeah, black has a lot. But but because of the ko, it looks like there's enough for and white's just attacking. That's funny. If I was a player, I definitely would feel a lot of pressure from my groups in the center with a ko that looms. One of the reasons I don't particularly like the top left Josuke. It's not a fun ko to play. Yeah, so just take Hane, block, connect, Atari, and then it's just a ko. It's a very large ko. Am I a great coder? No, I'm not a great coder. I'm probably mediocre at best. And then he starts the ko. Okay, so the ko is exactly why I study JavaScript. So I do a lot of general JavaScript programming. Specifically, I like Dino. Dino's a really nice TypeScript backend compiler. I don't know what to really call it. It's more of like, you meant my degree? Oh, I am currently studying computer science. So I will be using a lot of Python, and I don't like Python. so it really bothers me that I'm gonna have to go through my programming class using Python. I wonder if my teacher will allow me to use Python. That would be great. The thing about Python, though, I don't know if it's changed, but I like game development, and JavaScript is really easy, and in the browser you can use the request frame animation, but also there is bindings for JavaScript in Raylib. So I've used C, I've used everything like Rust as well, and I found that like just JavaScript is really, or TypeScript is really easy to prototype in because it's just a very fast, probably because like I'm experienced in it, right? So it's very fast for me to just pop something up using JavaScript and Raylib and use at least it's powerful and useful, yeah. Well, JavaScript has become more of something like a general purpose language, especially since like the V8 engine can be I mean there's a lot of JavaScript engines. So there's a lot of engines that can be used what's the word? In isolation. So, yeah. C is definitely best. Like well, C++ is going to be better than C. Programming games in C is an absolute fucking nightmare. But I actually enjoy programming in C for game development. I don't have to worry about classes, which has bitten me in the ass before. I will say that, but I got used to it, and I got used to it. Move on to yeah, but the syntax in Python has a lot to be left desired. Ryan86 is on. So the opening is actually pretty interesting. Black is pincered, and then black immediately repincers, basically stopping white from playing a really good extension against the corner, and then white probes. White basically stops black from getting another extension, which I don't actually see this style very often, and it's probably because it's very hard to handle random stones. Black pincers, obviously there's an option to pincer the bottom right, or, you know, bring the one stone out. And another pincer. This is why I like Taiwan players. They're very creative. This is great. And this is a move that I keep seeing but I've never studied. So this is very interesting. And the black continues to pincer, ignoring everything. This move feels weird. Empty triangle is the attacking point, it's vital. It stops white from playing there, which would fix white's shape. And then the knight's move, followed by some nice shape by black. White playing a little bit more loosely to attack the two stones. And essentially black now has attacked these two stones. So black, if we consider the current position, black is given up these two to attack these two. But black is probably going to ask for a little bit more, because just sacrificing the stones as is not very useful. Yes, we take. It's a bit of a forcing move. It's also a good technique because we're removing a liberty from this group, very large. If we block and they cut, we run into deep issues, because now it's a ko. And a ko means black is going to get a free move elsewhere. So Atari, connect, now we're threatening to connect up. White extends the liberty, black is pushing through. Fix, and then white fixes. Black Ataris, and then comes out. So this is kind of just like a beautiful way of playing for black. Black handled this position really well. I think white did too. But maybe white should really play this one. Pull up the game analysis. So here, maybe white should do this. And my assumption is that white didn't want to do this because of the right side, but if it's like this, you know, white's pretty good, black's pretty good. White captured these stones, but I think white really messed up by allowing black to cut through. Which, by the way, I keep telling my my double-digit Q friends to, you know, not let your shape get cut. Well, look what happens when you get your shape cut. Black is out for free. These stones are not alive yet. So, like, you have to find 2 eyes with this group. And black can still extend this cutting stone. So it's like, it's very large at this point. The fact that we have to come back and you know, handle this situation is interesting. Let me go back to the board. Nice. Black is doing some standard stuff here. Fixes. The ladder works for black, so black's not worried about that. White had to fix, black is to come out. Essentially, black swallowed the right side and saved the 2 stones. That's really good for black. The fact that white came back and fixed, that's probably good for them. But I think the damage is done, right? Like, black got everything that they wanted. So now they have free reign to double approach, attach in the corner and stuff. Like, here there's, what does Sichin call it? Defender's advantage? I don't know if that applies here. But, you know, black is going to have some easy moves to probe with. Okay, so the white feels like this group is not fully alive. Yeah, see, now black is doing the tata in white's corner. Bunch of asking moves. Oh, I like that. That's fancy. I have not seen this Joseki in a while. I forget it's a thing. I have forgotten about this Joseki. This is really nice. I guess it's really good when you have the side reduction, and then like you can also make the bottom very big. So this is the current game. I think white's in a tough position for sure, especially since there's a corner that can be swallowed. Black would be able to live very small, but the left side is like still very open, while the bottom side is being massively attacked. So like, if black gets all of this, it's game over. But black has essentially saved the group in the center, and it's going to be very hard to attack these stones while saving these ones. So basically, as long as white doesn't get everything on the left. I loved compiled Python. I don't know what that is. Compiled Python? You mean like when it generates bytecode? Is there... I'm not really familiar with... I thought it was interpreted. Like, does it compile into machine code? Oh, okay. Well, clearly I don't... I'm not a huge programmer, because I didn't get the joke. I didn't get the joke. There's Python though, right? Like, technically, like, is Python compiled? Scython is compiled. To Scython to C, C++. Says it does in stages, and then C, C++ to extended module, to extension module. I will say the Python is also a very simple language. It's an easy language. Okay, shall we go over more of this game that they call that it seems that has taken the limelight in the Buduk TV. Which, by the way, I sent them a message. I was asking, hey, can you give me the live board feed and I can do my own commentary? But that's fine. They didn't respond, as usual. I've probably sent over like 10 messages over the last few years. So white played this beautiful move, activating the Eunji. Black kind of played this weird move. My idea was that, you know, white, if we played like this, white basically took 5 points from black, but also like white doesn't need to care about this as long as we can attack this group. So the gain for black is not as much. I think they lost like 4 points compared to the other corner we counted, especially if white's able to respond. So like, say we get to like in the game position, but black plays something very passive. If white gets this, then black definitely didn't gain anything in the corner. They lost 4 points, so they would need to gain it elsewhere. And then because of this move, white gets to attack the corner. And earlier we were going through the situation, and black has to play these exact moves in order to win the semi. If we don't, we just push and play like this. White gets the first move, and it's 4-2-3. Even if we were to throw in, white can connect, and then we have the 2 liberties. So, really nice squeeze for black. This is new to me. Well, she started in the top side and gave black a lot of forcing moves. Black was forced to answer that. Huh. Did black need to play that? Maybe black didn't want to give up stones here? Like, now the cut works, right? Interesting. Oh yeah, and then just give up the 2 stones and attack. So, they really didn't play a lot of moves after all that conversation that I did. I'm not sure I really understand why we're sacrificing these stones. Like, I'd rather just not play there. And white jumping out. So, this is the thing that I was thinking about. But I thought white would just get, oh, sorry, no, that makes sense. I thought black would probably get this. But I guess there's an issue here, right? But then she didn't... She answered this. I'm not sure I agree with White's move, but I don't necessarily know where I would play. Is there... I guess, like, if we just answer this, right? Like, when this happens, there's Aji here, but also, we could answer. And, like, the corner points are ours. So it's just it's a very solid move in the corner. And then white attaches, which will just lead to something like this. Black getting out. And how this else is handled. Black is probably going to need to leave this weakness. And then black needs to do something about the center here. Unfortunately, if black lets the center grow, and they fix this, black is in trouble. A good example would be white threatening black. Oh, that's a fancy way of threatening. Like, you can make the center even larger. I don't know if we can exactly sacrifice this group because of this. And even if you go one further, the Hane's Sente as well. But we do get this wedge. But the wedge doesn't do anything. Okay, so we're probably going to be able to get a move like M9 or something. So when we play here, I think black needs to do more pushing and then jumping, and then we get into this situation where white gets to attack. Taking the stone is not very large. I think white really would want to try something like this with the cutting. So black would come out. It's very complicated, for black at least. I'm not actually sure how black should fix. Okay, so fine art makes a good statement, like, we're not fully alive here, but making life make sense, and then apparently white gets free moves here. Probably not that one. This one? And then white plays here. Yeah, okay, that was that's the exact line. What does this mean? So, white is protecting this group now. White forced black to make a connection that allows white to... I mean, this was white's right anyways, so I'm not exactly sure the timing here. But imagine, because we know for sure that black is fully connected here, we don't want to give them like a double Hane for free. So if we're just already alive, then we can crosscut. Like this, for example. But this leads to some dubious stuff. I'm unsure. I don't know what to say. It's not an easy game for black, but I think it's also not easy for white either. So this is what, 1, 2. Is Eric in the chat? Eric, how much is the top side? How many points is the top side? So it's 1, 2, 3. No, it looks like black gets this anyways. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that just? Is that really just 8 points? It has to be more. The thing is, when white plays here, white can still ignore the K1, which is kind of funny. Oh, I guess black will play the push first and then take. So it's a lot less points. It's more than 8. That's for sure. So I'm not going to worry about the endgame. I'm just going to count the points. In that case, I won't count these as points yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is still, wow, this is still 22 points. 1, 2. This still has 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 10 points. I can count this still as 4. So 8, 18, 40. 40 points? Is that right? I'm not counting these ones, but if I did, I think it would be closer to 44. Plus Komi, which would lead to white to like 50-ish points. There's probably more points in the center too that I'm not actually calculating, but like these ones also, so it'd be more like 48. So 55 points with Komi. If we consider black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. The corner didn't change. 1, 2, 3. It looks like this group has about 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18, 14, 32, and I guess we can consider, like, if I consider these half points, I have to give them to white too. But let's not do that. What was it? 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 points. So 40. Did I say 32? So 46. So white is winning about by 9 points ish. I think that's a good rough count. I think if the points were a little bit closer, I'd do a little bit more detailed counting, but if, you know, the gap is pretty large, then there's really no point. And you just have to make the game complicated to make it closer. I think that's kind of how I feel, but I guess like if you do like an accurate count, you'd be able to play more accurate moves. But I don't know if that entirely holds true for like these type of games. I don't know why black didn't Hane. Not Haneing feels really weird to me. Like, what are you getting? Like, you're allowing white to prep the attack here. Are we playing this move? Because white just connects. And we didn't get anything. Are you going to wedge? Can you wedge? And if we push? No, that might be too good for black. I'm trying to consider, how do we handle this? Obviously, one thing we can do is just play this way. If black connects, then like we're absolutely happy to take the bottom side. This would be too much for white. So we jumped. Oh, I guess a block. I feel like we O-move with this group. If we take the AI approach, we probably need to play 3 anyways. What if we just play here? Is there Eunji I'm unaware of? That's a nice move, boy. Sick move, dude. Wait, oh man. If white gets to like push through like that, that's really sad. Okay, so we absolutely have to respond. Like Daniel, I'm actually really curious about Scython though. I guess it really depends on how you write Scython. But I would be interested in writing it, that's for sure. Python uses CPython under the hood because Python's too slow. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's why you have libraries like NumPy, right? Like that NumPy uses C libraries. And then I think recently I heard something about NumPy dude, my vocabulary is escaping me these days. I guess I've been playing too much Go. NumPy, whatever. People have been using a different library called like Pandas or something. Pandas. Instead of NumPy. Oh yeah, it's something about NumPy. I did. I literally just did. I hope I triggered every Python developer. I forgot it was NumPy, okay? And this is not my fault. I will. I'm mainly a JavaScript developer. I have no idea how to use this Python library called NumPy. And they'll just look at me and with absolute disgust and say, "You're a soy latte developer." And I'll be like, "Damn right." But I don't like soy. This, I guess this makes sense. Black can actually ask a very important question. So, oversight on my part. This makes sense. I don't know if Black actually has time to answer this, though. I feel like White is going to go on a very, dangerous journey here. Do we have time to save those stones? Man, this feels really bad. I don't know if we can play 15. Mainly stuff like this. But if, like, Black's not alive, then, you know, letting them push into here is not a bad idea. Especially if we can invade the bottom side, but these are just the musings of a player that likes to kill things. I think Black should play here. I'd be greedy. I would know that I'm behind, and I'd be like, I need to play here. But I guess this is probably too good for, Oh, you know what? White can just play here first. I think I'm overthinking this. If black lives like this, I'd be very happy as white. I'm not sure about this side, but if we can force things like this, do we need to, if black plays away, what happens? We throw in, we can't even do anything here, hello? I don't think we'd play 16. Maybe something like this, or just a one-space jump? Yeah. It's already 4v3. But this, I mean, like, the center seems very open. Or not open, but, like, very large for white now. And I missed a very crucial thing that happens on the bottom, never mind. A is like, well, your sequence is trash, bro. This move opens the floodgates. It says white has to answer this. So in that case, I guess black gets off, kind of. We take and then we're forced to jump or connect. I don't know. I feel like, I guess if they just capture, we don't actually have to block this way. We can actually block this one, because white can't actually cut us here. And, like, they can only give us an eye. So I guess if we play 5, then, how do we attack this group? Probably just 6. And then they make an eye. Or 2. That clamp seems very dangerous. This black group is a lot of dead weight in my opinion. Even with this, I don't think... The fact that white could probably surround this group really bothers me. Like, the center's just huge. If I ask AI about my variation, black is not good. What if I go back one move? I wasn't sure about my last move. White should push first. Essentially, there's a ko here, but black doesn't have 2 eyes locally. That makes a lot of sense. So black can't really play 13. We can probably threaten to take and try to break out here. Like with this one, we threaten to capture, and then we can squeeze, so white can't block. Can we still do the same thing? No, if we're able to break out this way, then white will come back and fix. Probably something like this. Probably need to play here now. This is really tough for black. So the AI sequence is like up to here. And then black... Well, the AI sequence is very different in this position. Fine Art says here, white should engage in the ko. If we engage in the ko, we get to attack. That makes sense. If black just takes... How do we... Just here? Probably this one. There's no cut. There is a solid reduction though. But this area is very large. Black is thinking a long time about this. I agree. It is not an easy position. There's a lot to read here. But I miss the fact that, like, white actually needs to defend this. So if white takes, and black decides to play here first, if you connect, black probably plays this one. And then now there's a double cutting point here. This one has... we can't play this way because it's really bad and it's garbage. Hey, Cowabunga, how's it going? I'm trying to understand, so like one of the variations was that, if white just plays this one, black has this like really excellent move that white should not ignore. So white loses a lot of points. And the AI says that it's like this. And white gets cut. So why... What is the issue with just connecting? Is it because black is fully alive? If we just connect and black plays here, the issue is that we have cutting points, right? So if we just answer, we eventually have to come back and fix. And if we fix, black took all our territory, so this was worth about 12 points on the bottom. Black is probably more or less alive. I don't think we can actually find a way to kill black here, even if we did this. Black also has this move. Although they would need to fix here. So they probably won't play 13. And they would get outside moves, and then, you know, fixing this is a... I guess it's okay. White would probably be able to get this connection, but can white still kill? Is this a killable shape? Is this problem killable? Ah, fancy. If 7, we start here. And black owes a move. So black is alive if they have this, but if white gets it, it's not as good. So we just start with this and then we're fully alive. It's always good to learn with AI, but don't forget to do your own reading as well. So black did descend. Now it's really up to white to find a way to handle this. I think just if I remember correctly, the AI move was here. And black kind of needed to push to come out and then clamp here. So we get this, and I believe it was there's a ko. Yeah, it's a ko. If my life and death hinged on a ko, I would feel pretty good for white. But I wouldn't say that the game is over in any sense of the word. But I know this sequence because I saw it with AI before. So it's hard for me to be non-biased about this. I'm AI biased, as I have seen the way the true blue move. Honestly, if I was white, I would probably end up playing something like this, which isn't good in any sense of the word. But this move makes a lot of sense. Especially if black is going to try and split. Because now we can threaten to capture stones. We didn't have this stone earlier. So what's the difference here? Is it because we bamboo? Or because we hane first and then play this one? We can peep. White doesn't have a whole lot. They can play this way though. Right, so they would need to protect whatever that would look like. Probably the hane. My order is like very suspicious. Like, why are we... We don't need to play that immediately. But then white does get this. Block. This has to be good for white. Why? What am I doing wrong here? Is this good for white? Black seems alive. If black is alive... There's also issues with the cut. Like we can't net now because of this. If we can ladder, it's nice. Oh yeah, we get the ladder for sure. If anyone's interested. Did I misread the ladder? No, I didn't. There's the ladder. I can say for certain. Whoops. How about if white plays push-up first move from bottom into black's area? Let me think. Are we saying push up first? You mean like this move? I'm not sure what you mean by push up. Other turn. Hold on, let me do this. Oops, that's not what I want. Boom. Coordinates. A revolutionary idea. Coordinates. Turn from bottom group. Oh, this one. Yeah, I know what you mean. Does that serve any particular purpose? Like, are you? I guess you're looking to cut the stones off, like this. Right, so you play here, and then what do you? I guess you play something like this, take, and then extend. If we extend here, we can still cut off the stones. Can we give up the 3 stones? This seems really good for white to play like this. So probably not. If we connect, then white has this really nice move here, but we can still play this one. surely it works in AI on AI defense. I don't know how I would answer this. Like, this is maybe we just play here directly. And like, if you do play this way, I independently cut your group. Nah, that seems good for white. There's no way. I can't think that this is going to be okay. So, I mean, we can just ask AI directly how to play against your move. Oh wait, sorry. I left my move on there. There's probably some, like, maybe you just connect. Maybe just connecting directly is the correct move. Just block. Oh, I'm so dumb. We can just play this directly. Your capture doesn't mean anything. We can even play here. And then there's still this weakness, and you lost. It's very similar. I guess you would try doing this, but then black gets to break out into the center. Huh. I think 3 to 4 is fine, and then if you play this move, it just reverts, and you made the turn exchange. But in this case, it's better. So we'd play 4 here. AI wants this, and then is forcing white to defend. So you get the turn, and black needs to come back and fix, essentially. I guess we should not be entering this. Probably something like this. But this would be the ko. So if we play here, we're threatening the cut here. Yeah, it would be slightly less points. Which is interesting. If you think about it, it's like, why does this lose more points than just playing here directly? Because we get the first move and we can turn? Is that why? I think the idea is we were to... Huh. We can play this now. Oh! Change the order. Duh. If black plays the bottom stuff first, you can just change the order. Now it's way better for you because we didn't make the C15 exchange. And we can play the capture, or we can get, we can break the bamboo first. And we can just cut the stones off. So black is in shambles when this happens. But it does leave weakness, so I'm not... I can say with 100% certainty that I would probably die here if I'm not careful. If we play there, this is just big, right? Because now this dies, so we cannot play 9. We'd have to play this way. And then we can play this. Aha! Or maybe this is better. I think I prefer this one. And we just jump out with a group. Maybe here. Locally, we probably don't want black to take more. but black does not have 2 eyes this way. And we've defended, we've essentially taken away the eye before it even existed. Yeah. AI might be... Oh, this is the game. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. This is why Eunji is so strong. I know that, you know, she has a history with AI, but you can tell that this kid really studies with AI. She's not afraid of playing complicated situations. Yeah. This move is super important. If we just take away this, black may not see any value in this, but also it probably doesn't hurt black. He'd come out and then... Huh. I think black just gives it up. Break into the center. I think that this might be like a safer way of playing it. You know, prevent black from like taking the points, but then like black gets to break out in the center, and like white doesn't, or black doesn't really care about the eye space locally because of the push and cut here. If black just defends, I think this is too good for white. Because white can change, like they defend, black now needs to come out. So if we play here, we get the push. Locally, black is going to be alive. Right, this should be alive locally. Yeah, with this squeeze. So you can play here first. Or just not enter there directly. Yeah, okay, black is alive locally, but that does mean that black gives up stones on the outside. So this should be fun. Black decided to push out and Hane. I think white, with the double Hane, white can plan to just give up 2 stones. Can we capture first? If we play like this, we can take these stones, which is a big boon. 2 stones on the outside with stones that can retreat either direction, and white getting all the territory on the left side. I'd say that's probably pretty good for... I wouldn't say AI is always right. I've looked at the discrepancies between fine art and at least this fine art and Katako, and they say some very different things. Like the point count, it's like off on fine art. Oh. She gave up... Obviously black will enter, right? But like if you're going to give up the stones anyways, I guess it's like a why not make this exchange first? I guess black can do this. Huh. The graph is still good for white, but the evaluation says fancy is a non-AI calc on the AI win rate. I didn't know that. I will say though, in this particular position, I would actually feel good for black. I actually would play. I could play black here too. I feel like the game is pretty even. I think we should probably count to decide that, but just because white has this turn, I feel like black is happy to still play this way, but this time we can play something like this. The issue, potentially, is this, but white is not breaking out with this anytime soon. So I feel like 1 is just a big move here. There's a chance that maybe we play here to come out, but that means white gets to connect up. But this is big. Big move. Does it, like, if we try playing this, white gets this, right? So, like, we can't really give up these stones. So that cut is really annoying, actually. So we can prevent some points here, but we can't prevent all the points. So white has a relatively strong corner. Black jumped. I don't know about that jump. I feel like white is giving too much value in the center. She's trying to keep this attack alive, but with something like this, it doesn't seem to be attackable, and then there's just allowing... I guess it's just... Okay, I see why black played it. It makes sense. I want to be a little bit more greedy. I want to go for more points. I really want to slide. I just don't see how white handles this. It's not... I guess white can just jump in immediately and just start this fight, yeah. I guess white can also just make these exchanges first. And then maybe answer. Because the corner's fine, and if it's cut, then white can just connect to these stones. Huh. If you guys have any questions about the game, feel free to ask. White jumped. White... Oh! Oh! The Atari on the outside, huh? I was gonna give you those stones anyways. I don't know. I feel like black can start attacking this group now. Let's go! Maybe here first? And then this one? If like this, then we can still play here. If white's forced to play like that, that's... Well, I guess white would play here. So we just play white's move? Maybe we just play this move directly. White would end up making a bad exchange for something like that. And then the question is, how does white connect the group back up? So, like, if this is a vital point, we should just play it. Prevent white from playing it. But I can also see, like, this just being big. I don't know if I would want to connect. I would definitely try something like this. And then here. Being surrounded feels really bad. Maybe split. But we didn't play this move, which is a vital point. It also gives them my shape. But if we play here, we don't ever have to make a silly empty triangle. What? Hold on. It's like the idea here. Let's say white just defends. Are we playing this? There's no way, man. This is something I would 100% try if I knew I could at least cut something. But this doesn't even feel like it cuts. In fact, it feels like we're getting murdered. And this cut doesn't do anything, because white doesn't care about it. Sad. The musings of a very bloodthirsty Go player. Ooh, an empty triangle we can play to cut. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. Obviously I'm here and there's no BRB, so I'm going to take a 15-minute break and I'll be back at 4:15. I'm just going to go refill my water bottle and then I will be right back. I'm back a little early. Good night, Daniel. Have a good one. I was hoping they play a lot more moves. Wu YiMing has a lot of, is in time trouble. Eunji has, not as much time trouble. But I have noticed that, Choi Jung has been watching a lot of, Kim Eunji's game. So far, she has joined every single game that she has played in this tournament. I wonder, one of the things that I would really like as a commentator is just to, maybe I should just brush up on, some professional lore, right? Get some, insider knowledge. That'd be really nice. So I could, like, talk about these players, like, Artosis and Tasteless do. Or just, like, other commentators do, and, other esports. Because that's, like, that's what I really go for when I watch commentary myself. Is I really enjoy, you know, hearing the backstories of the player, like, kind of, like, the highlights of their moves, stuff like that. Just kind of, like, the cool stuff that they go for. So, like, if you ever watch, like, StarCraft 2, there's a player whose name is it's not Creator, is it? It starts with a C. I think it's Crank. His name's Crank, and he does a lot of cheese. It might be Creator too. There's a Protoss player who does a lot of cannon rushes at professional level. It's like the greatest thing ever. And he gets pretty far in tournaments doing it. So like he brings out some cheese, and not like rushing, but like I don't know how to describe it to non-StarCraft fans, but essentially like in Go you can play fast, slow, solid, stuff like that. There's tactics in like a best of 5 because StarCraft is a much faster game than Go. So like imagine like Go games were, you know, 20 minutes long and you had to play, you know, a best of 5, right? That's essentially what StarCraft is. But there's like certain strategies that you can play to like take an early win, essentially. And one of them is like cheese. So specifically, cheese is just like you catch your opponent off guard, and it's an instant win. Where others like they have rushes, which essentially is like you're playing really fast, or you're playing with a non-optimized economy to get like this lead early in the game that could snowball into a win in like the next push or attack. That's essentially what a rush is. It's very similar to a cheese, but a cheese would allow the winner to just like absolutely win on the spot. A rush usually will gain a slight advantage because most people are prepared to handle those. All right, so some moves have been played. I didn't really agree with the one space jump here, in my opinion. I felt like we should probably have played this move, but I also think that this was like a super large move too. So she jumped, and Kim Eunji played like the large move here. But then we got the vital points. Forced the jump. We get to... Oh, we didn't attach. Can I play this? Is this a thing that I can do? Now I'm not actually worried about this. But maybe... this is a code that white cannot play. So black would play here. Wait, hold on. What? Black did play that, okay. Oh, we didn't... What is going on here? Oh, is the idea when we play this we can capture these stones? I have no idea. What the hell is going on here? Play that one. And then come out. White's in trouble like this. I need the AI lords to tell me, what am I missing? Really? I don't think I would play that one. What if I just connect? So it says this. We take, but we don't play here. Black played the honey on the outside, so I'm trying to understand why the AI says that this is working for white. Like, isn't... Oh, I guess maybe the idea here is we get the... Wait, what? We get this. No, that doesn't... Well, I guess white can play the Ko, but that seems good for black. Oh, but if we take and black doesn't defend, white gets the Atari there. So how do you what? Finer doesn't know what it's doing, dude. Alright, so white's gonna play this and then play the Ko. Essentially, if you don't play a solid move, like say you play something like this, I think white is going to play here and you're gonna have a hard time saving these ones. But I think it's completely possible that this would happen. In the game, black played a much smarter move. I actually, when I consider it, I don't actually like the result. So in the game, black allowed white to connect up. This means that black can connect here. Interesting. We have to live on the left. Connect. Okay, so this is... feels good for white. Like, this doesn't... I'm so confused. What connection? Oh, I guess white can play the Atari first. But I'm still connecting. Or better yet, I'm playing this one. And then connecting. Yeah. Why just connected? How does... Alright, this doesn't feel super good for white. How does white... Okay. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Black can really try to kill this group, but they're not alive here. They're gonna get into this situation. And then white is going to try and kill this group. So essentially, you can separate and kill this group, but this group is going to die as well. That's a hard thing to look at, though. That's a very hard thing to see. So this makes some sense. Like, you're forced to capture, and then your opponent connects. So the connection is fine, especially if you can get this move. White's technically is still not fully connected, which we got. White didn't fix, later we can push through for some profit. Oh, that's a sick sequence. Do we have time to ignore that? Can I absolutely ignore that? I want to ignore that. We don't have time to ignore that. That's sad. We have to answer that. Can we play, should we just Hane? I wonder if we should just Hane. There's still Aji here, though. Oh, wow. Because of this sequence, Fine Art says black is finally winning. So, white lost a lot of points here. Maybe something simple as this is good enough. Because in particular, like, this just protects, right? Like, black Hanes. Whoops. Black which is Hane. We can still push first and then Hane. But, like, we don't need to protect this anymore. There's also that this is a big move. Black would need to come back and fix. So this is huge. This is probably just like a big move that white should focus on. In the actual game, black is now pushing and cutting. Yeah, white is in a bit of a pickle. Potentially white is fine. Probably we won't be playing that. But then we get into this situation where we get squeezed, but white's not alive here. So if we can't block, then I can see where the points are lost actually. This would be too much. Losing the 3 stones in the center would be huge. If we do block, how are we fixing this? Can we play here first? We can play that one first. So yeah, 9 is the Tsuji. Also, welcome to my stream, Dongo, or Dango, or Dumpling. Nine is very nice. Nice. I don't. Congratulations on your victory. I await the SGF, Prince Lena. Alright, Eric, since you've won your game, tell me, how does white live if like this? The commentator is going through something, but I want to know, white should be able to live here. Why not? Let me ask Fine Art, why aren't we cutting? Oh, you know what? I've been blocking here, but like, in reality, black can just play this way, right? Right? So like, is there a world in which, or this can't be alive. This doesn't seem right. There's no outside. The outside liberty was filled. Maybe. But we're cutting like this first. if we play here, we can't connect, or maybe we can connect this time. Because throw in here, well, if we get to throw in, we're live locally. I would want to push first. You played the Ko. I'm trying to think what Ko you had. In the corner, you played the Ko? Is that the Ko you're talking about? I'll see if there's a given SGF. I don't know what black plays here. Black played the attachment. But this leads to local life. But yeah, that makes sense. Wait. Yeah, okay. Maybe just leave that for a game later. Because then we can Hane at... Oh, we can probably play the Hane immediately. Yeah. Play here. Or remove... Just play this now. And then play here. She blocks first. Huh. Allow me to get... Why? Yeah, black had to answer those. If we didn't answer them, like if it was just this move, we could probably get away with not answering that. But this one, if we don't answer, white just cleanly cuts through. And when white connects, you can't even kill those, so we had to answer. Imagine she gets this, and then plays here, Atari, and then connects. And then later there's a turn in Hane we can play for endgame. So the game is gearing up to be spicy and complicated. D13. No. Because if you take, we can play here. And like you're attacking your own stones. But also, we can. Oh, well, we should probably play here first. We can live with this move. We're alive. I think black would definitely try to play moves like this first. Essentially attack these stones. We'll assume white makes this trade first. I think white does. But black... Let's say white doesn't live first. White makes this move connect. We need to take the stone so black is not alive. At the very least, black is going to get this and live. But we still need to come back and live here. So we can extend. Baduk TV was showing this, but now black has this fancy move. Yeah. Black is alive locally. It would be an interesting simigo if we could kill black. But unfortunately we can't. One thing you could try... Nah, it doesn't work. Because black will have this one. And then they're alive in a double kill. But they also have an eye here. So like, even if you got these, you would have to play this. And... yeah. It's just alive locally. Black connected. Black is threatening these stones. This is good technique. We didn't push first, so maybe there's value in this. I know that Eunji's actually a really aggressive player. But the last few games, she hasn't really played really aggressively. So for example, in this game, she just plays kind of just thick. And the game before that, she also played pretty thick. So maybe she's more of a thick player than I thought. For example, this one's interesting. I actually don't know what the correct move here is, but I feel like you would want to break the eye. But you can also... If you break the eye, like, you're allowing black to come in, I guess. Here... I think black just jumps. And then we can turn. But she hanes, and black... So essentially, black would like to get this, and like these are very inefficient moves. So black gets to take the corner, but white gets to employ good technique. The Atari first, send, take, and then protects the cut. So this was a thick move. We played another thick move, and then we sacrificed the corner for another like thick move. And white and black then plays a little weary, so I was thinking black would probably try stuff like this and live, but then white is thick everywhere, right? So hard to attack white. Instead, white plays in the corner, which is an interesting move. And then she jumps in. I think she's just creating Aji at this point. Because the way she jumps out, it says that I'd rather, take the outside than save the one stone. Which I guess she thinks that, playing here is a little too much. We also lose the Aji in the corner. So we'll see her play and move in the corner, which is really big. And then takes. Black connects. So white has technically has a weak grip here, but now white is using the thickness to attack these stones. And we're not playing away from thickness this time because black can just make it base easily. So she has to use it to attack. But she gets solid points, which is good. Jump. And then she's activating the Eunji. This is all good. This sacrifice was a little sus. And then we have a fight between the players that continued all the way throughout the middle board. Eunji found a really good and excellent sequence here, by the way. We can kick, and then once the black player answers, we can push and then take the stone. And then Hane, double Hane, so we're going to sack the 2 stones. And this is probably like the iffy point. I don't know if we should have played it like this, though. This Atari was definitely bad. Allowing black to have free control. Like, the center isn't actually as many points as we'd like it to be because of things like this. So if we connect, you take, and if you just take here, I guess black can't really connect. Okay. But we couldn't play here because of this anyways. So you take, then you play this one, and then here. And black is not dying locally. White has to fix on the outside. And then the question is this good for black? Maybe it's just like this? No, it can't be. I guess, like, there's no way to actually break in. And that the attack on the outside is enough compensation for black. But it does mean that this is the line, and black can still try to break through. And then we have the nice extension here. So I was looking at this, and this would be relatively okay, but we probably cannot play this ko. There's too many ko threats on the right side. So we'd have to defend, and then white just connects, and this is going to be good for white because we didn't gain enough compensation. So black on ace, we're gonna allow white to connect up. Atari connect. Players are connecting. This is a small. This is probably a huge blunder, right? Because now black gets these threatening moves and then pushes up. And then we're at the current game where white is forced to live locally, black connects. Oh, right. I mean, just connecting here. Duh. Just connect is enough to attack the shape. Nice. So at this point, the game is probably even. I don't know if that really was the biggest move. This feels actually quite small. So, like, if you think about it, this is only 8 points. There's a lot more moves that are bigger than 8 points on this board. Like, this is a huge move. Forcing white to run out here. And you can literally attack this group. I wonder what, yeah, okay, yeah. Essentially, it's literally just this. And once black comes back to live, or white comes back to live, then, or run, then we can capitalize on the fact that the group needs to run. This, at least don't respond to this, right? This is still, like, a big move. We even have the extra stone here to attack. Alright, now we play the vital point, right? Forcing black to fix. Potentially just here. But that means we're going to give up a stone as well. So maybe just this one. But if we play here and then we don't win the ko, white gets to take and then we're playing the ko. So just connect and give up the stone. This is a really good timing. I actually like this move. But it does mean that we are going to have to fix this. Oh, we can actually push now too? Oh, like, if white doesn't play ultimately, this Hane is devastating because of this. Like, you can give up these stones, but you have to come back and fix. And with the turn, actually, not even with the turn, just this. Like, if you decide to take these stones, you're not even alive. So that's fun. What? Oh my, what am I missing? What is that Hane, bro? Oh, I guess the idea is we're gonna play here. We get to extend. And then we're gonna push. There's no way. No way. I mean, like, this would give you what you wanted, but, like, isn't this push? I guess this? Oh no, we just play this one. And we capture the stones, okay. That's a good read. That's a good one. So if you're over determined to kill your opponents, you're going to end up losing too many points. So blocking here makes sense. How fun. And then connects. Good sequence by black. I can appreciate it. It still leaves this. That's gonna be pretty big later. Oh, you know what? Wait, what? What happened to the analysis? Oh. It wasn't changing. I wasn't caught up. That's greedy. What? This is so much better for white. Can you play that? I guess if you're live, it doesn't matter. Like, we weren't getting points here anyways. But I feel like the end game is... Like, you're asking white to play the Atari and then you're giving it up. Are you really gonna play the Ko? I don't think you're playing the Ko. Maybe, like, you make one... Maybe you're making one exchange. I don't know if I like that. I feel like there's a nice Atari coming. White might Tanuki this, though. Yeah, that move was definitely an inaccuracy. It was 100% better to play here. Because you're giving up, you're essentially giving up a stone here. Kimuji played a time Suji. It looks like she's... Oh, she's not low on time. I don't know what that is then. She extended? I don't know what's going on anymore. She really let black in? Is there something here? Are you like looking to play the Hane? Black's fully connected. So I'm really confused. And she didn't answer. I guess this is fine. Like, we're not really worried about the double peep. Like, if they double peep, we can just connect. Oh, but this is huge. Wow. That's fancy. What if we play this one? Are we still bothered by this? This has mistakes. But we can do this. Both made a funny ladder misread at the end. Well, I'm catching up. I feel like White's in a bit of trouble here if they have to give up these stones. That's got to be way too big. This was a big miscalculation. Don't get Ko-Bomb. No, Kim Eunji's losing. She made a big mistake. She pushed here. It was not good. This move was bad. After her opponent played a really bad move. Her opponent played this move, essentially giving up the stone. A free stone for White. Like, why defend? I don't know. No, she won't. She won't come back from this. It's all ogre. This makes no sense. I don't like this move at all. What is going on? Are you saying you're going to trade? The trade doesn't even fit. Maybe. Oh, but I mean, black played a miscalculation. Wow, black really played that first? What? I guess maybe that's fine? I think that's fine. This is huge. Now, we still don't care about this. Also, we get this move, and it's huge. That is so large. I mean, we're gonna play 4. We're gonna play here first, and then play here. So, white doesn't actually have any time to, continue here. They need to live. Free move here. Is that a free move? Yeah, that's more or less a free move. White gets all the Sente stuff. Is it GG? Maybe not. White can live after B push. Yes. I'm aware. But it's not a great life. I wouldn't consider this a success for white. S11 better. That still requires you to answer. I guess you can play here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The group is still alive. But that just means that 06 is the Sente move. In the game, this is exactly what happens in the game. Just connect. I guess we're going to connect 2. And give up our 2 stones. I don't think black is going to respond to that though. This is big. Top left is big. I give both. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I would have preferred to connect here first. Maybe it doesn't work as well as I thought it would. We can't really give up these stones. And we also cannot Liberty Race this either. So we'd end up playing here. Oh, is this now? I guess that dies now. Chess page. Is there something wrong with the way... I guess you could do this now. $18 is bad. Yes, 18 would be bad. You still need to answer. Probably force black to squeeze. Free moves. And then black extends. Or they get free moves to go in. Yeah. White should be able to live. I don't know about this though. Maybe actually capturing the stones is pretty big. I feel like white's happy to, seal the center. This can't be good for black. If white gets to seal the center, black is definitely going to be losing the game. If it happens like this, Fine Art says white is winning. 5 points. This move. So, what is the actual... What does Fine Art want here? It is connect, but it doesn't really dive deep. But it doesn't necessarily like the Atari here. Well, yes, I know. They still have the wedge, connect, and Ataris, but yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Tari extend here. Yeah, but if you lose the center stones, then like your corner stuff doesn't work. I feel like this is just better. And then you just play here? Surely that should be okay. Because then you have a nice squeeze later that you can do. Yeah, just this is big enough, according to fine art. So once you fix the shape like this, it's hard for white to capture the stones. How do we fix this? Hmm. Maybe just the double tari works? Yeah, there. Threaten this, but then here? This move, there we go. That's how we play it. We play the Kozumi. Fun. Alright, that's not what happened in the game. Black played some small inaccuracies. Now white can lead. That would give up a stone. That would feel tragic. Oh! Page! Look at that! Your favorite player is now losing by 7 points. Probably because they went first. Yeah, it was the wedge. Oh no, it was the connection. It was the connection on the outside. The connection was not good. But what? What does Finer want to do besides the connection? Finer really wants to make this extend. Wait, what? Oh, that's fair. Okay. Wow. Co-threats. Co-threats. It's so important to play the co-threats. That's a cool move, actually. Like, if we just play here, how does this... I guess you get these two co-threats. So 1, 2. But with the throw-in... I kind of wish black would play here, but... With the throw-in... It's similar, but... it's just a fancy technique. But we have 1, 2... We have 3 co-threats. 1 extra co-threat. I'm going to remember that. If I'm going to die in the corner, I might as well get don't play 10. Oh, true. White will play there. Okay. I'm not actually reading anymore. That's why 8 is played. If we just capture, we are now effectively asking our opponent to play a cow. That's horrible. That's a great way of losing the game. So we play this move, and then we get the capture. 10 is horrible. Don't remember it. Don't play 10. Yeah. You mean don't play 8? I think you mean don't play 8. Yeah, this is what I meant. This is the variation I'm going to remember. I wasn't talking about the other ones. It also gives, like, this move gives a chance for the opponent to mess up. I could actually see 9 Dons messing this up in an actual Blitz game. Like, they just capture. That would be... Which has happened, by the way. Yeah. Wait, what? No, the variation that I remember is for white. White to throw in. I don't actually care about black's response. I will be able to read it out in an actual game. Alright, it goes... the real game is like this. Although, in an actual game, if my opponent plays here, I'm more likely to do this. In all honesty. I'm more likely to play 2. I don't know actually how bad it is to play 2 first, but it can't be bad. Never mind, it can be really bad. There's a co. Wow. Or no, not probably not that one. We can play here. Oh, I see. AI is just like ignore this. Okay, it's more important that we get the we don't lose the 5 points that we have here. I guess I will remember both sides. Connecting is so big. What's the price? Oh, yeah, it doesn't mean that. Okay, yeah, duh. Okay, basically white doesn't get anything there. I'm learning so much. White finally lived. White gave so much. Now this move is just huge. Ooh. Both players are technically low on time. Are they using Fisher time now? Or is that Biomi? They might be in Biomi. It looks like it's counting up to 60 seconds. Okay, they are using Byomi period. And it looks like they have 60 seconds. So they each had like they both had 3 hours. Is that true? Let me check the beginning of the video. At the beginning, it looks like they played a bunch of moves, so they started the game. They started the game really late. They both had 2 hours, and then they have 5 60-second BME periods. Cool. Okay, so I need to review that because I wouldn't want to actually mess that up in a real game. So connect. Black throws in, we throw in, we play 8. Nice squeeze for white, getting an extra co-threat out of this. Important to remember both sides. The reason the other way doesn't work is because when we play here, this throw-in is huge, and if you respond by taking a liberty, you give white the chance to take later, but also white has Sente. A wild techno. I like techno. Techno's good. I should find some royalty-free, copyright-free techno. Now with this move, like, white gets this, and it's pretty good. Even if black gets to capture, I think this is big enough for white. It's half a point game. So I made, according to AI, I made a big, or not a big one, but I made like a 2-point mistake somewhere. Maybe connecting is the big move. Right? Don't give up these points. Yeah, okay. So I made more than just a 2-point mistake. It was a 5-point mistake. I needed to connect. And like this, white should be winning by a lot, because now white is alive on the right side, and white can still gain points in the center. Okay, that makes sense. Big thing is, don't take the inside liberty when you can play on the outside. In the game, white connected, and black got this forcing move. Kim played some moves here, but now, like, this is Miai, so there's no way for white to really approach and win the double ko. So Kim tries to win a liberty, or not a liberty, but is trying really hard to make an eye here, but this doesn't give her another eye. If like this, black can just connect, or no, sorry, black will just take. Don't connect. That's terrible. And white will be forced to play here because now there's no throw in. So we'll play here, connect, and then black can play here to destroy the territory. It's also possible that black just doesn't care about that and can play here anyways, forcing this and then Tanuki's. Because regardless of how white plays this, white doesn't get an eye here, but it helps black into the center and Sente. So black gets the peep and then takes. Basically a free threat to remove the eye here. If you Tanuki, like here, we get this, or here, and you're locally dead because now black just takes. Just got done watching Ueno and Sumire, absolute body some pros on Fox. Oh yeah, was Mirai playing? Oh, I did see Mirai playing. I think she played Steadfast. I don't know if she won though. That's not. Oh, looks like the pro is playing the amateur one. Yeah, it was a tough game. That one. In the game, Black got this, White took, Black's taking large end game, and then it looks like Black is winning by 8 points. This game went back and forth. This game is wild. This game, in terms of like content, a lot better than yesterday's. Unfortunate Kim and G is going to lose this. Knock on some wood, you know, protect her from karma. Or whatever the saying would be for that particular twist on reality. But I don't know how Kim and G won the last game. But I feel like it's too late now to win this one. It's really hard because, like, in this particular position, there is no way to make up those 8 points unless your opponent just like tanukis, right? So even if you play stuff like this, I think Black's just happy to maybe even just reduce from here. So something like this, Black can probably lose a few points and still win by like 5. Especially if like you play here. That would be some Sente. Right now we don't have to protect that. At least, you know, at the end of the day, at least White gets a free stone. A free stone. Uh-oh. I'm not really big on endgame though. Oh, wow. That is a free ko if I've ever seen one. Throw in first if they connect. Atari. And now you can cut. Although that's a co-threat. They take, and if you play here, they'll play here. And they'll play that ko. Oh yeah. That's a great analogy, Cookie Jar. Ooh. I think the players have counted. And with that ko looming, there is no hope. Unfortunately for the Kim and G fans, they'll have to accept fate. Kim and G has lost this game. One thing I was thinking, like, because of this move, I think you have to start the ko like this. But maybe, because she's losing, she has to start this ko. right? And black takes. And then we play here. And then take. And this would be the way to victory. Probably not, but maybe. Strange things happen in Biomi and Koz. As someone who has experienced it many times, it can wildly swing in any direction. I lost a game recently to Ishian by playing the Ko's out too hard. If I just taken the large moves and let him win the Ko, I would have won my game soundly. But unfortunately, you know, can't win every game. I don't know if Kim and G's gonna play this out, but I'm actually ready to call it. I've been probably streaming for quite a while now. As of right now, let me inspect this real quick. What does it say? Black plus 8. So yeah, black is winning by 8 points, and currently on this board, I don't see I don't see black messing this up. I think she'll play a lot better end game than Oyujin. So I think I'll go ahead and end it here. But if you would like to finish watching it, I shall link the I'll link the Buttock TV so you can go watch it there. Buttock TV, my pleasure. So here's the link. I'll see you next time when we have more pro games.